Hey everyone, this is Fleming's Outdoor Adventures. I was gonna fish a little bit today, but it's just raining. Or was raining. It's not right now. Early this morning, last night, all day yesterday, which was Wednesday. Today's the October the 7th. Today's my daughter's birthday. She's 16. I'm just sitting here talking. Excuse me, my itches. And I'm just going to show you a few things here, there, and yonder. Some of the flies I've tied. I just got a few here. I've got something in my okay. And what do I do? What I do to put them on the noodles? Was it last year or year before last? Dollar General had their pool noodles, the 2.5 inch, just the small pool noodle. 4 for $1. So I got everything they had. It was like $6-7 worth. Anyway, I get the poo noodles. It took me a few times. I was getting the little styrofoam you put in the for the plants. After you pick flowers, you put your flowers in it. I was getting that styrofoam, but it was just too soft. So I figured out these noodles, and they work pretty good. So anyway, I just take a knife. It's one of them $2-3 Walmart knives, and I just find the middle. Make sure it's sharp, by the way. I just find the middle, and cut it down the middle. Voila. 2 sides. And I take it, and this is some yarn actually, and a squirrel tail I dyed navy blue. And anyway, you just take it, hook it on. Knocked all the paint off my pink jig head, so I took a black marker and made it black. That's another thing, black marker, very useful. Made a couple for bass. Anyway, that's all you do right there. I made I'm going to show you a few of them. I'll show you these last. This is just, I've gave. Every time I go fishing, I see someone brim fishing or something, I'll pull out a handful or a poo noodle and give them 6, 8, 10 of them off the pool noodle, and with the pool noodle and all. Just some of them I've done. Oop, those are heavy ones. Fox squirrel tail. Fox squirrel. And these are some of the first ones. I found out the hard way. You mess the tail up when you just throw them in a little plastic container. It turns the tail sideways. See that blue one? Oh. See that blue one? I just threw it in there and it turned the tail sideways. Just showing. Some drop shot heads. For small little worms, I use them. See, that's what happens when you put them in the little plastic container. It turns all the tail sideways. I hate that, but what can I do? Don't not do it again. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, there's a big head one that goes on this one. Here's some I did 2 months ago. Squirrel tail, deer hair, flash, rubber leg, one with the rubber legs. Now some of these I did way back when I was just beginning. Now I got some with a 1/64, 1/8, some with no weight on them, actual flies. As a secondary, put one on the bottom that has weight and one up top that don't. Yeah, I'm thinking about sending some of these to a guy I know that actually won, and see if he can catch anything with them. I like that little. Where's it at? That little flashy one there. All flash. I like that. Is that all of them on this side? On this side. Okay, I already showed these them because that's where noodle I cut in half. And these are the ones I recently done. The white one, the purple and pink one, the red and pink, then the red and orange, pink and mixed tail, mixed deer hair tail. I'll show you the backs in a second. See the tail, the back side of them? I like those. My wife likes these. That white one's a big fluffy one, isn't it? This is what I've been making. No, these are flies for fly fishing flies, not crappie or brim. These are actually fly fishing flies. And I was going to show you a little bit and talk about all the bass and all kinds of bass that they are. Get you a little hook. No bend in it. These are Eagle Claw from good old Walmart. You know, you just take it, get your vise, or you can get a pair of pliers. I'm using just using a pair of vise, and you put it down in there just barely past the head. If I can see it, just barely past the head. Put a little, bend it ever so slightly. And then, boom. You got your a bent eye, so you can tie a fly. That rhymed. And then sometimes, if I want it a little bit rounder, I will take it, put it in the tip, and then bend it just a hair more to give it that little bitty, bend it that way. Then you got to bend it one more time. The opposite way. Oh, I get it. Oh, I messed that all up. But anyway, I bent it too far. I'm gonna do that one more time. It'd be through the eye. Okay. Take it ever so slightly. Bend it. There you go. No, I bent it the wrong way. That's what the problem was. It just gives it a little, the hook being higher than the eye. Yes, I messed that one up. Bend it too much and it'll break. Anyway, so that's it on that. I'll show you some of the stuff I'm working with. Just a mixed bag, bag of feathers from Michael's. No, these are good Michael's. From Michael's. Isn't it Michael's? Yes. And I use, it's a mixed color, and it's got regular feathers, marabou feathers, all different kinds of shapes and forms, small ones, big ones, little ones. I got that. I had another bag. Oh, several bags. I have some black ones. Black feathers that I actually got off of a what's the little, those little feather things the kids play? It goes around like a scarf. At Dollar Tree. Same little bag of white feathers at Michael's. So I got my foxtail and rabbit fur. My another little bag of feathers I got at Michael's. All different kinds of feathers. I like the polka dotted ones. And stuff like that. Alright, oh, and I got my deer hair. I got green, yaller, my roadside deer tail. I've used a lot of it on it. It's kind of skinny and barren. Here, there, and yonder. I got another one that's just white and black. I didn't dye it or nothing. I dyed it blue, and it turned out purplish, a light purple. Oh well, I like it. Purple's my favorite color. Remember that. Pink, black. I thought I would use black a lot, but no, I don't actually use black that much, except every now and then as a little accent. Remember, front part, front quarter or 1/3, real stiff. Center is soft. Center and front is softer. The front right here is the longest. That's the tip. Right here on the tip is going to be your longest hair. Alright, just FYI. Put them in there. I got all my... I just tied a few. No, wait a minute. No, I didn't. I did earlier today. Well, Of course, I got my vise. I got a little thing if I want to do it to the table. If I want to screw it down to the table, I just put it in here, tighten it down, do it to the table. But when I do that, I can't open and close my drawer. So I don't do that much. You know, this is my drawer. I keep my scissors, my Sally Hansen's hard as nails, my all my hooks, my jig hooks, 1/32, 1/16, 1/64, 1/80, some big ones, some bass hooks, some eyes I don't never use. You know, just stuff you keep in your drawer. All right, put this in here. Pardon me, getting kind of thirsty. Got me a new mug today. I forget who made it. What was her name?
Tumblr.
Yeah, it's a Tumblr. Her name is Cindy. She has her own website and everything on making fish tumblers. I like it. Just got it in the mail about an hour and a half ago. Got my initials on it. OFC. Love it. All right. All right, let's talk about something. I know people call down here in the South. I'm born and raised right here in Central Alabama. I grew up on a farm, fishing all the time with my dad. Lock 17, Bankhead Dam, the river. Bass fishing, cat fishing, a lot of cat fishing. And then in 3 months every year I went to Gulf Shores. We fished for sheephead and whiting and stuff like that, you know, but mainly freshwater. And I, broke horses for 23 years. They broke me back. But I'm getting back into fishing. I love fishing. Probably spent way too much on fishing recently, last year. My wife's probably in her head saying, yep. Here in the South, we call brim, we call bluegill brim. Well, I do. I can't speak for everybody, but majority of people I talk to call them brim. A bluegill, just a brim. I try to specifically say bluegill, that way everybody will know. And well, a bluegill brim is part of a sunfish. Sunfish family, which is the which black bass is in the sunfish family. I say black bass, that's the red eye or coosa bass, largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, spotted bass, and I'm on the fence whether to call a rock bass whether it's actually a bass or a brim. I think it's on the border. It is a bass, but it is a brim, or some kind of sunfish rather. But smaller sunfish. It's kind of like between a coosa bass and a green sunfish. It's kind of like that. And alright, talking about the sunfish. We got the red ear. we got the red ear, which they can get up to around 11 inches, 11, 12 inches, something in that neighborhood. They can get some big ones. Not too much around here, more like 10, around 10-ish inches. That's a red ear. Green sunfish, whew, they're aggressive down here. I'll tell you what. Green sunfish, they're aggressive. When they see food, they go for it. They nail it. They put that big mouth with their small body, and they get up to. Matter of fact, I've recently caught a couple that was 7, 8, 9 inches. Borderline. I'm gonna say more like 8.5 inches. Big hand size, pan size. I say. Bluegill, brim, same thing. That's what we call them, brim down here. You got your pumpkin seed, which kind of looks like a red ear, but it's small. They don't get that big. They get around 5, 6 inches. I've never seen one bigger than 6 inches. I've never seen one bigger than 6 inches. That's a pumpkin seed. Of course, you got the long ear fish, sunfish. Of course, you know them because they got that almost rectangle, elongated ear. They're at the end of their gill cover. Long ear sunfish. You got the warmouth. A warmouth is kind of like it's almost like a rock bass. Some people, I think some people call them stump knockers. I'm not sure if they call them stump knockers or the rock bass stump knockers. But I think some people call warmouth stump knockers. But of course, you got the red breast. They get big. They 8, 9, 10 inches. They get real fat. Got the big fat belly on them. Oh man, and they taste good too. All these sunfish do. And you got the spotted sunfish, and it's kind of like the ones I've seen. I've only caught very, very, very few of these. I don't think they're that popular down south. I think they're more popular up north, or northern Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, all them places. Spotted sunfish. But we do have them down here, but it's a rare occasion to catch them. At least for me it is. Kind of like a pumpkin seed. It's kind of like a pumpkin seed, bluegill. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, spotted. Kind of like a red breast, pumpkin seed, and a bluegill all mixed together. To me, I mean, that's my opinion. That's what I think it looks like. All right. And another thing, people up north, or northern, than up further north in Tennessee and I guess Kentucky, a lot of what we call sunfish, which is all these the smaller ones, the rock bass, green sunfish, red ear, bluegill, brim, pumpkin seed, long ear, warmouth, red breast, spotted. We call them sunfish. That's in the definition of sunfish. People up northern call them sun perch. Same thing. Sunfish, sun perch. They might have different look a little bit different. At the further north, separation thing. look a little different. What else? Crappie or crappie. I say it both ways. Crappie, crappie. Anyway, the black crappie is they got the white. I mean, they got more black stripes on them, or more black tint to them. And in spawning season, the male, oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. The male crappie turns dark black, dark black, and the female is more of a medium light gray. But the white crappie, they got is it vertical or horizontal? Vertical. They got the real light stripes on them. But they're really white. But spawning season, they do get a little darker, but they mainly stay white, the males. And there's something called the black nose, or where you get the right down the middle, right above the nose and across the forehead, up the forehead, right there, a little stripe on a crappie. A lot of people think it's a separate breed, a third breed. It is not. It is a hybrid. It is where you got the black sunfish spawning over here. You got the white crappie. Oh, crappie is a sunfish, by the way. You got the black crappie spawning over here. You got the white crappie spawning over here downstream a little bit. And when the white crappie are laying their eggs and the black crappie are laying their eggs, you got the male, only the female, only the white crappie the female white crappie will accidentally breed or get, I don't want to say pollinate, because the male, they get over the eggs and they shake and do their little dance to get their stuff on the eggs, the male, so they can shake. Well, if the current's going, it'll do a little bit of their, we'll call it special sauce, down the water column, down the water a little bit, and go across the white crappie beds. And you'll get the male special sauce over on the white crappies, and they'll cross, and it won't, a lot of times it won't take, but every now and then you'll have a few that will take, and that's a hybrid, and there'll be a white crappie with a black line down the forehead or on her nose, and a black nose crappie is just that. It's a hybrid, and I had someone tell me that they will not breed or will not produce. They're sterile. Just like when you take a horse and a donkey, the baby they make is sterile. It's just same thing with a white crappie and black crappie. When they crossbreed, their offspring is sterile. And I think that's it. Am I missing anything? I believe that's it. Still can't wait. Spider on top of there. How do I get a spider web? Still can't wait. Still pan. And clean it. Still can't wait to go fishing on my fly rod. And that's still neat. I still find this fascinating. The string that came with the fly rod is thick on one end, and as it goes towards the hook that you're going to tie on, it gets smaller, smaller, and smaller. It's like it's 18 15 to 18 test line up there, and as you go all the way down to the bottom, it's like it's 2 to 4 test line on it, on the end of it. I just find that very interesting. And my wife's drinking all my tea. And that's it. Let's see, I'm at 31 minutes now. Well, that's it. I just wanted to talk a little bit and show you some of the flies, a quarter of them that I've kept. Well, thank you everyone. If you don't mind, if you made it to the end, I do appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you don't like it. I'm okay. But if you do like it, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. The bell. The next time I post a video, it'll notify you. And always, everybody have a good night and God bless you. Bye now.